Good Monday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. Joe Vazurek visiting with Ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather Atwood, as well as America's Weather streaming channel. Chris, kind of a cool start to what's shaping up to be a fairly mild fall afternoon.
Yeah, Joe, we've been talking about the temperature map here this morning, and what we actually got going on this morning is a little bit different than we normally see. Generally, we see the cooler temperatures out to the west in Colorado and a little bit warmer in Kansas. Today, it's a little bit opposite. We've got our cooler temperatures on the eastern side of Kansas, particularly on highways 77 that goes from Lincoln to Manhattan, and all the monitors along there are reading 38, 37, 39 degrees. And then as you start working your way to the west, you start getting into the middle 40s around Hayes and Russell, drop back down to around 39 in Hill City. You get out here to northwest Kansas, we got 44 in Oberlin, 43 in McCook, 44 in Atwood, and it gets warmer. We go 49 in Colby, 47 Goodland, and then 49 in Burlington, 51 in Sterling. So we've got a little bit opposite of what we normally see. There is a cold pool of air sitting over there in a low pressure on the northeastern corner of Kansas. I got southwesterly winds developing out here on the west side, and that's bringing that warmer air from the south and west. We'll continue to see temperatures this afternoon warm up into around 80 degrees. We'll continue with those southwesterly winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And as the rest of the week moves on, we got a blocking high pressure, what we call an omega block, over the Rockies, extending all the way up to the northwestern territories in Canada. That ridge will be the dominant feature all week. By the middle of the week, it'll weaken. It'll be over the southwest and stretching over the plains to end the week, blocking any weather systems coming from the west through the entire week. So we're going to see temperatures starting out today in the 80s. By the time we get to Thursday and Friday, we'll be around 90. The overnight low temperatures will start here this morning in the middle 40s, tomorrow morning in the middle 40s, then going into the upper 40s and low 50s by the end of the week. Winds will generally be from a south or a west-northwest direction at 5 to 15 miles per hour. It could get breezy at times in the afternoons, and with all this dryness, we could see some elevated fire conditions, but they would be brief and only during those peak winds if they get up there at 20 to 25 miles per hour. Then we'll see a low pressure system go along the Canadian border over the weekend. That'll trail a cold front through. It'll be dry. There's no moisture to work with, so we got another dry front, and it'll bring our temperatures from the middle 80s on Saturday into the middle 60s, upper 60s to around 70 for Sunday and Monday. So it's going to feel like fall. Those overnight lows will dip into the mid 30s, and we could be talking some frost potential. As far as precipitation goes, doesn't look like there's any until the next frontal passage is on the 16th, and more likely on the 20th when we got a nice system coming from the north and west. It'll definitely have some cold temperatures, and it does look like some precipitation, but right now it's only looking like a quarter to a half an inch potential, and that's just not enough to alleviate the dry conditions that we're seeing here over the first couple of weeks of October.
Once again, that's Ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather Atwood, as well as America's Weather streaming channel. For KYVZ Radio, I'm Joe Vazurek.